Here's a woman losing her mind because the Starbucks drive-through she's in, Starbucks discontinued her favorite beverage. This a normal, sane person could not muster up this type of emotion based on a beverage. You could be what's called disappointed. That's what normal people, you pull up to the window, you go, I'd like some of your faggot latte. Could I have that? And then they go, oh, we don't have that anymore. And you go, oh, well, when you stop? You got to ask your dumb question. When they stop doing it, yeah, that was like last week. Yeah, because I had one last week. And now I can't get one. All right, just make me, and then, you continue on with your life. A little disappointed. Maybe you get home and you tell your significant other. Do you know Starbucks discontinued latte? They did. Yes, they did. I'm very disappointed. Yeah, I could see. But some people, they lose their minds and they embarrass themselves. And here's a lady doing just that.
I know it's really dumb, but I just went to 2 different Starbucks.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. Let me get started for you today.
Hi there. Do you guys have the summer berry still?
We don't. I'm sorry, Queen.
I'm just desperate to find it.
Yeah, everyone is supposed to technically be out of it by now.
And I just had the worst day. I really want my emotional support drink. I got laid off a month ago, but they gave me 30 days notice so that I could keep working, which I really appreciated because I needed the income. But my last day is on Friday, and I'm having to go to work every day this week at a job that I'm already laid off from. I worked at this place for 5 years. It's just a small thing, but I was just gonna comfort myself tonight. I don't drink. I'm sober, so I don't go to the bar when I don't feel good. I go to Starbucks. And it just feels like we should get some warning when something's going to be disappearing because some of us depend on it. And they were asking me, do you want anything else? They were like, we still have the puppy and boba, we could put it in something else, but I don't want it in something else. I only want it in the summer berry. And so I just told them I didn't want anything and I drove away. And so now I don't have anything. And I don't know what to do. I'm right at Whole Foods, so maybe I'll go into Whole Foods and try to find something.
You gotta be shitting me, right? Are you shitting me? If she is acting, that is an amazing job of acting. And I don't think so. Why do you have to so quickly try to say that that's not real? The only reason you'd have is because you don't believe there's people that nutty out there. After everything we've seen of late, you don't think that's possible? Yeah, it is. There are crazy people, just crazy people out there. She was that upset over her Starbucks drink not being available anymore in the special cup. I don't know, man. That is crazy. She should not be out. She should be at a care facility with counselors, maybe a psychiatrist talking to her and trying to get these issues remedied. Does that work? I don't even think that works. Everyone I know that has been to therapy, they either don't go anymore and say it's all bullshit, or they still go after their entire life. Here's what I could understand, and I didn't even do this. If you have something like anxiety, that is a real thing that people get, and it can be debilitating. And it's interfering with your life. It's interfering with you living and leading a happy, productive life. then yeah, you need to go see somebody about it. And you could either talk it out or get put on medications, whatever the fuck. And then once it stops, you're done. That's it. If you break your arm and you go to the doctor and he puts a cast on it and then the cast comes off, you don't keep going back to him 10 years later talking about your broken arm. If you didn't fix it, I think I either have to go somewhere else or stop coming here anyway. So the therapy for life thing, I don't get it. That woman needs some type of assistance. I don't know if it's medicine or someone to talk to, but that's going on a lot. And I think a lot of them are on some medication because they think that's the be-all, end-all cure of what ails you. But a lot of times, listen to the side effects when they advertise them on television. A lot of times they're pretty extreme. And they're not just physical, sometimes they're mental. The one where they say taking this medication may cause excessive gambling. You might want to go out and gamble. You could get like very obsessive, compulsive behavior from certain medications. Like, wow, that's weird. It affects your mind like that. But yeah, the lifetime of therapy thing, it's got to be a scam, right? Got to be a scam. Whole therapy thing. Oh, God. Yeah, back in 1984, I think it was, I was like 23 years old. Really, I didn't have a place to live. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any prospects for the future. And it was making me very anxious. And I'd go through a few times of having these anxiety attacks. It just whoosh, this overwhelming feeling of doom and gloom. And you just felt like you were outside your body almost, kind of looking in. And it was utter despair, And you don't know what to do about it. You don't know what to do about it. And I muddled through self-medicating with a few beers here and there. And there was one day, like, I was so tired of it, I just said to myself, I was like, I don't even care, whatever. If it's going to kill me, if it's going to drive me nuts, I'm going to rip my clothes off and go like a cuckoo clock down the street. Whatever, go. Give me your best. Because I felt the anxiety attack coming on. And I just was waiting for anything to happen aside from the actual anxiety. And nothing. And then I started going like, really? That's it? That was it? That's just... And, while there were some other instances where it wasn't as easy to hold that back and say, fuck you to the anxiety attack kind of, it definitely was a jumping off point. And over the course of very quickly, as a matter of fact, they just went away. They didn't have any power over you anymore. So, yeah, that's kind of how I dealt with it. And I know there are people you could talk to about it, or medicine you could take, but that's not my bag. That's not my bag, man. The best thing you could do is just let go and let it do whatever it's going to do. And then when you realize it's not doing anything, it's much easier to just go, all right, fuck off. Fuck off. See, there you go. You got a little therapy session if you suffer from anxiety. There it is. Anthony's therapy. Hope you enjoyed it.